I remember when I first started producing ambient music over a decade ago. I had very few expectations of what I was doing. The only thoughts I had before I started were, I'm gonna make a track that sounds like this, or I'm gonna make a track in this style. But other than that, the amount of thoughts I had before I started were very few. I simply allowed the process of creation to happen, and things just flowed naturally with very few bumps along the way. As important as it is for us to be specific about the style of music we're making and setting our expectations of the outcome, sometimes it's just as important to allow yourself the time and space to come what may, and whatever happens during the music making creation process, just happen. Learning how to get out of your own way is a huge step into becoming a better producer. So in today's video, I'm gonna build a space ambient track from scratch without any expectations of the outcome, and we're gonna see what happens when I allow whatever to happen, just happen. So as always, before we start, if you like this kind of video, make sure you smash that like button on the way in and subscribe to this channel with the bell notification on so you can keep up to date with all the latest in the Signs of Life universe. I also want to mention that videos like this would not be possible without the generous support of my Patreon community where this video was originally found. If you want more ambient tutorials just like this one, make sure to sign up and join my Patreon where you can get tutorials like this delivered right to your inbox all month long. Members of my Patreon get exclusive early access to all of these tutorials and so much more, including extra ambient presets, exclusive MIDI construction kits and sample packs, track feedback live streams, and so much more. Check it out in the link down below to get started. One more thing. If you're unfamiliar with space ambient music and you'd like a point of reference, I'd like to mention an album that exemplifies the style of music that I'll be creating here today. Star Maps Volume 1 from Transponder was recently released on our label, Synphaera Records, and is an album that's both evocative to the imagination and dives deep into the genre. Produced by Don Tyler and Steve Pierce, this is the first installment of the Star Maps trilogy and their first release on Synphaera, which gives us a glimpse of their interstellar storytelling ability, along with their masterful use of various synthesis styles and sequencing techniques. If you want to pick up this album so you can experience it for yourself and support the artist who created this wonderful album, check it out in the link down below in the description of this video. That being said, let's allow the creation process to just happen and create some space ambient music. Enjoy. What's up guys, Chris here from Signs of Life. Welcome back and welcome to this ambient track tutorial. You know, sometimes I just feel like come what may. As musicians, sometimes it really is a valuable exercise to just venture off into the great unknown. The flip side of that would be sometimes you might feel like the overwhelm of possibility, right? There's too many possibilities. You got too many tools. You got too many options. So I think the remedy for that is obviously to just go out there and just make something, whatever it is. It doesn't lower your expectations. Like it doesn't have to be a certain genre. It doesn't have to be a certain format. You know, obviously technique matters and obviously your process is part of it, but sometimes having just no attachment to what the outcome will be is sometimes the best medicine. Anyway, so we are going to build an ambient track from scratch here today. So let's get started. All right, so let's set our tempo. I don't know, somewhere around 84. I'm gonna grab, let's say, Face Plant, and let's build something. I don't know what it is gonna be, but we're gonna build it. So like I said, just come on in here, and I got some wavetables from my Patreon that sound pretty good. Let's get it. That's kind of nice, right? Add some unison onto that. Smooth it out, lower the detune, increase the spread. Very nice. Attack envelope, release envelope, lower the sustain, and up the decay. And that's sounding more like it. Cool. Nice, nice. And just as a quick note, to make a filter the proper way, you just want to wait until that blue line shows up and click right there and add a filter. Let's add a filter here. Sounding good, increase the polyphony. And what I like to do is just add an envelope down here. It can be as simple as just an AD envelope. Just take the sustain out of it, and that will act as our filter envelope. Hit the plus sign and move it up to the cutoff here. And now, got a little movement happening, right? Let's add some more release onto that envelope. There we go. Sounded good to me. Let's add a little movement. We can actually use that same envelope to move the wavetable frame. There. There we go. Nice. Got some movement happening. All right. Let's add a sub oscillator to that. So I'm going to add an analog, make it a triangle, lower the octave by an octave. And one quick tip here, hold control and drag that envelope down that we made before, and then you can delete the other one. And now we have a copy of the same amp envelope, if you will. It's a nice little way to get a quick sub oscillator. There we go. Sweet. All right. Sounded good. Okay, let's put this in the pad bus. Increase some delay, add some room, and fire up the thrusters. It's a little loud. I'll lower down the gain here. That's what the utility template is for. Let's lower the gain here, lower that gain saw oscillator. There we go. Nice. So now what we can do is add some sauce. Let's sprinkle some sauce. All right, let's add another wavetable. Let's come in here and we'll grab one of these cool like spectral wavetables. Those are kind of nice. And then what we can do is add like, I don't know, maybe either an LFO or an LFO table or a random. You can add a random, right? And we could sync that up and make it say, I don't know, 1/8. Let's do 1/8, 1/8. And then we will move the wavetable frame with that random. Right? Let's put a filter on that, and we'll make it a band pass. We could have that same random move the cutoff. Get up by an octave. That's kind of cool, right? And then maybe we can use that same envelope again, control, drag. Let's drag that down. Control, drag, there we go. Put that there. Delete the other one. And now we've got a nice little some harmonic overtones. Yeah, I like that. That's cool. All right, and then what I like to do is sometimes just to lay down the foundation if I'm really, if I'm really feeling massive, let's add some super massive on the end of that. Grab my favorite preset, lower the mix down around 80% and lift off. Nice. Oh, how remiss me. I didn't even pick a key. Let's go with C sharp minor. It's kind of nice to open up with C major though. But now, A. Welcome to the deep zone, ladies and gentlemen. So that sounds pretty nice to me. I'm liking the way that feels, liking the way that sounds. Let's go ahead and move over to session view, to arrangement view rather, and let's go ahead and lay something in here. We'll make it 32 bars. We can either draw it in or record it straight up. Either one is fine. Let's draw it in. It's not good to me. And I like to turn the fixed grid off. All right, we'll limit it to scale. That's always helpful. And yeah, let's land this pad here. I love the way that upper harmonic spectral wavetable sounds. It's really nice. We'll drag this note over. We add some sort of movement here. Oof, that sounds great. Let's grab this chord. A lot of people ask me, like, how do you decide what chord you're using? Or how do you decide the chord movement? I play in scale mode on the push, and that helps. I do have my usual suspects, right? Like, if you take a minor chord, for example, and then you move it down, you're gonna get a major tone in a major chord in the same key, right? So you could take that major chord and say, all right, well, if that's a minor chord, you could just lower, make it a sus4 or something. That might be nice, right? It's all in the same key though. And that gives you the freedom to say, all right, well, where is this song moving, right? And then how does that sound in contrast to the root key that you're playing, right? So, yes, it is sort of like, you know, easy mode, if you will, but not really. I mean, you're totally still thinking about notes and keys and chords, and because I have so much background in music, like I'm always thinking about, oh yeah, that's a sus2, that's a sus4, that's minor, that's major. Like I'm still constantly thinking about it. It just makes it easier for me to get in the moment, get in the flow, and just focus on the music. So yeah, +1 to having some sort of scale device, that really helps. It's a nice drone. It's a nice pad opener, right? And then maybe even add like a B right here. Yeah. Ooh, that's so good. And then that low B is gonna come in. Oh yeah. Nice. I like that. All right, cool. We're in business. All right, now let's extend this out. In Ableton, you can just go ahead and type in a bigger number, like 250, and then that gives you a nice canvas to work with, right? So instantly, we just push the loop marker out to push our timeline out. Now we have a 12-minute timeline to work with. 12 minutes is usually a little long for me, but you know, whatever works. This is so good, right? Now what I could do is I could just make another clip, right? And I could do something else. I could invert this clip, right? And sort of reverse engineer what was there to kind of extend it out. Now we're at 64 bars of that deep, lush pad that we just made from scratch. I mean, you saw it. Like, it was just like, okay. We can have a little more filter movement. Like, the filter can move a little bit more. Let's do that. Let's do that. Let's make that LFO table, actually. Yeah, let's limit our table to like this. That would be cool, right? So we'll go here, and then we'll do that instead. And then we'll, is this still controlling? No, that's not doing anything. So let's delete that. And we'll slow that LFO table down. There we go. And then this one, we can say, yeah, no trigger auto. So it's just gonna run. There we go. And then we can put another random here. It's sort of going overboard, but not really. It's par for the course here. Like random, smooth it out all the way, slow it down, and then have that do a little subtle movement here to kind of change up our filter shape. There we go. See that? Nice. Yeah. Sweet. Okay, I can live with that. That's cool. Now, where does our muse want us to go? I'm hearing a nice deep bass. How about you guys? Let's bring in the root key again. Yeah, a nice deep bass. Okay. Yeah. Make it a sign. Add it in there. Ooh, that's so good. Yes. Little filter movement, yeah. There we go. I love a foundational bass. Yes, that's just simple sawtooth sine wave combination. Nothing fancy, right? But just enough to kind of say, all right, where does that fit in, right? Make it mono. Because when we do change the bass, now listen to this. B comes in, it's like, oh. Real slow, subtle changes. I like that. I like that. Yes. Oh, okay. All right. So let's make this 8 bars, even just a big, long bass. All right. How long is that? Yeah. Extend that out, and then what? And then, oh my God, I'm going for broke here. Like, we could go all the way to 64 bars, have a real big bass line, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh. And that extends. Right, there you go. Yeah, that's cool. I like that. I like that because that to me says there's change. There's change in the air, right? You could make a case like you might even ignore the bass after a while, and it's just there. But then all of a sudden there's a really deep bass change down the line that signals to you like, oh, something else is happening. You're telling a story here. All right. Let's join those. Control J, and then now. Let's get a sequence going, all right? I like it. It can be something as simple as, let's see, where is that patch? These are all my personal Hive patches. Let's see here. Can I search? I can. There we go. That's it, all right? Bass is about to change. All right, let's grab the Euclidean Sequencer Pro, add it on here, and we will simply make it 4 events, sequence it, change the scale to C sharp minor, shuffle again. Randomize. There we go. Add some R&D. You feel me? Right? The deep zone. This is that zone where I live. Straight up. And look, the mini clips even match the colors behind me. I mean, it's straight up. This is it. Okay? And if you didn't catch what happened there, this is just a simple filtered sawtooth with a little bit of envelope, with some dotted 8th note delay and some reverb underneath this lush bed. I just crafted right in front of you, right? So this is where I was talking about the muse comes out, right? And at this point, it could signal another change, right? It could signal another pad coming in, another sound, another something. Environmental, right? I love it. Before I get ahead of myself, I hate when I do this. I literally build songs and then I forget to save the patches. So, I won't do that again. Let's save this as, let's see here. All right, I didn't even save the track. All right, let's save that. Oh my God. Literally, how many people do you know just start up a video with like, oh yeah, by the way, I'm untitled. No. All right. There we go. Okay. We're all good. did I save the Hive patch? No, I didn't. But it's okay. It's just that's just default, right? But still, it sounds good. It's a nice placeholder. All right, let's add something else. Where can we go? Since I don't know, Dune 3, one of my personal favorites. There were some really good patches that I laid out for my patrons on Patreon. And I haven't gotten to play with it much. Like usually when I design sounds, like I'll just like throw it out there. This is actually way too big. Let's make it large. Okay. I just throw them out there and that's it. Like, you know what I mean? As long as it sounds good to me, I'm like, okay, this is usable, then go for it. But let's circle back around and try to put it in one of our own tracks, all right? Oh, I love that bass. It's so good. Because it's that subtle, like, addition to the existing ground, right? Nice. Very good. And this one is called Solar Horizons. All right, cool. So let's do that. Let's start recording here, or what we could do is grab one of those MIDI clips. Also, another shout out to my Patreon. I made these like 32 and 64 bar pad MIDI clips for the patrons. And so we could grab one and then say, all right, well, I know it's not in the right key, but if we just grab it and then say, all right, let's put this in the right key, or maybe even up here, and then shift the notes around a little bit. I mean, you could do this, or you could just use the scale plugin, right? Put this as an F sharp. Put this right there. That's good. There we go. How's that? I'm feeling that, right? See, that's as simple as it is. Like, again, shout out to my Patreon. Like these are good. I love doing stuff like that too, because it's like sometimes you just need something to just kind of right there, like. I like that. Oh yeah, with the bass change, and then that's dramatic. Very good, very good. Now, where would you go from here, right? Where would you go from here? This is another moment, like, okay, where's the crossroads here? And what is the sound that you hear in your head? Did I just change that pad? I just did. I double clicked. Darn it. It's all right. Let's fix that. Okay, we're back. All right, let's put Hive here, and we're gonna put Hive here. And we'll find another way to generate another sequence. Okay? We'll find a different way. But sometimes that's what I like to do. I like to generate like two different motifs, if you will. We could use Hive's internal sequencer. We could use stepping. It's always a fun one. Bring this back again. I love that. Stuff. Let's yeah. You know what we can do? My secret weapon, which is good. By the time this video comes out, it ain't gonna be not so secret anymore. I'll tell you that. All right, let's go for sonic vibrations. All right, and we can just select same library preset and find something. Oh, that's so good. What would that sound like through like Supermassive? Like that would sound insane. Oh my gosh. Wow, that's bit crushed to hell. But what if it wasn't so bitch crushed? And what if it had more of an envelope on it? Right? It's like 3.5 seconds on the envelope. That's really interesting. Right? That's what I was talking about. Like something out of fully left field. Like you could do that with synthesis, but Mirage just comes through with like, oh, raw static waveforms, unbroken resonance, unmelodic hum. Like what? Bit crushed? So think of it like that. Like either that could be an FM source or something like that. So I just want you to kind of consider that. That's looking good. That's very interesting to me. The more I play with it, the more I like it. Like it's providing that perfect amount of static and that perfect amount of contrast. And it's got really nice velocity attached to it. I'm telling you, Mirage is the bomb, dude. Like, y'all know now. I mean, all right, let's draw some notes in. Let's draw some notes in over here. Let's bring the heat. All right, boom, boom, boom. All right. And we're gonna draw some notes. So we have maybe like a bar. Let's go bar. Okay, we'll go draw mode. And then a deep. Yeah, like that. So this is just like unexpected, like the frickin' chimes in the distance, you know what I'm saying? And then you can just kind of focus on something else, but it is part of the composition, right? It's there. I like that. Oh, that's giving me vibes. And then maybe even like, is this like, how does C#1 sound? Oh, that's so good. Maybe that's too much. Right? And maybe like boom. Right here. It's such a nasty growl. I love that. Oh my god. Right. this is why I love making music, right? You come up with all these different crazy things that happen and ideas, and I mean, that's literally how Synphaera was born. Like, I was just like, I want this to be something I'm so proud of, and that's how it came out. Listen to Celestial. I mean, it's just me, like, really, really going for it in that sense. Anyway, all right, where do we go from here? We've already done that. We've done that. This is gonna come back in. We get out a bass line at the end, because that bass, the bass is sort of hinting at like, oh, like, you want me to come back? You know what I mean? Let's add another contrasting sequence to that. Okay? We'll use Euclidean again. Sequence, scale, C sharp minor, minor. We're gonna make it an 8 and 8, so it's an 8 event, 8 step. We're gonna randomize it a couple times. We can either build it ourselves or just grab one of the sessions here. That's a good one. What's that? Is that a pad? So you see what we're doing here now. Oh, that's great. Classic signs of life. Oh, you can never go wrong with the Hive too. I mean, but you hear that motif in the background too? So at that point, I would bring this in here, like when this was coming in. See, now I'm starting to feel that the song is starting to merge. And then, boom. I've got just the patch in mind. Let's go for it. It's over here. Can I search? Can I search? I know the name of it. Search, space, strings. There it is. Bring it in. Bring it home. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Nice. Yes. With that bass note change, dude. Oh my goodness. Oh my god, alright, let's extend that out a little bit. I don't want it to end. Jeez. And then back to the root. Yes! 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 Alright. So, let me rename this stuff before we get ahead of ourselves. Let's pretty much like bring this back down to normal, alright? So what we did is I mean, I introed it like, okay, no expectations, right? But you kind of saw the way that things naturally evolve. It's part the it's part the driver and it's part the passenger, right? So like sometimes you're just observing, looking out the window, like what's happening, and then sometimes you're in the driver's seat and you're pushing the gas. So I sort of try to find a balance between the two and just let whatever's gonna happen, happen. If this turned into some crazy up-tempo Signs of Life track, so be it. But this one, I sort of like let it in a direction and let my inner voice, my inner musical voice, guide it to what it is, and that's the result. So if you kind of, you know, figure out a process that works for you, we'll bring this back to the end. Some of those. Things like this can happen. I truly believe that. At the very moment those two things hit, yes! Oh my gosh. Wow. That's so gorgeous. And then we'll bring this back at the end too. Oh my gosh. Thank you guys so much for watching. I truly appreciate it. I'm happy. At this point, you gotta be like, all right, cool. We got there in the end. If I had to give a special shout out right now, it would be to my Patreon. If you want exclusive content, you want to learn more about this kind of music, you want extra tutorials, extra presets, extra wavetables, you name it, we got it over on my Patreon. I post every single other day, and those who know I go off over there, and for good reason. Everybody who's a part of that Patreon, they all benefit, and it's a beautiful community, and you should check it out. So, the link is down below in the description. And yeah, my name is Chris from Signs of Life. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you learned something today, and hopefully this was inspiring to you to get out there and make whatever happen. If it's ambient, it's ambient. Truly appreciate all your support. And as always, keep your heads in the clouds and your feet planted firmly on the ground. My name is Chris from Signs of Life, and I'll see you all